Hi, my name is Jonathan Fauviaux-Libon. I'll be performing my speech for Business 270. This is my license here. Hope you can see that all right. Yep, okay. I'll wait a moment just to pull up my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so a little bit about myself and my personality. I am very into social interactions. I love talking to people, I love conversing with people, and I feel like a lot of my happiness comes with interacting and talking to people and having genuine conversations. So because of that, I recently took on a job as a host at a restaurant in which I can have a lot of conversations with both customers and my fellow employees. The issue, though, is as of recent, during this COVID pandemic, I've begun to notice that my conversations don't feel as enriched. I don't feel like the people I'm speaking to are as engaged in what I have to say, and because they seem a little just out of it. And because of this, I feel slightly less happy, and I feel like they're not as happy as well. And it took me a second, but I recently had an epiphany that this is because of the pandemic. This is because of the masks that people wear that cover their faces. I can't remark their emotions, and therefore I can't understand what they're feeling, and it makes me less happy when I am confused on what exactly it is that they're feeling. I want to do more research on this, and if their smiles had any effect on how I was feeling. So I did a little bit of research online, of course, and I found several findings on both how smiles affect myself, or how my smile affects myself, and rather how other people's smiles affect myself. For starters, when you see someone out on the street and you crack a smile, they might happen to crack a smile back. It's kind of just a response, whether or not it's like an awkward smile, fake smile. It just kind of seems to happen. And there's several reasons behind this. A study in Sweden reported that they believe many humans feel an obligation to reciprocate a smile, and their mind subconsciously moves the muscles in their face to mimic the look of a smile, even if it's not a genuine smile, if it's just a fake little response, and it's still a smile in itself. Another thing that I found online was that your orbital frontal cortex, that little spot in the front of your brain there, processes the smiles of others as a reward, and rewards are generally greeted as a happy response, and happy responses generate a smile. Penn State did a study where they had people look at pictures of people with different emotions on their faces, rather, and were asked to frown at these pictures. But the first thing they noticed is that people would often reciprocate the emotion on the people's faces before they could generate this frown. So if people were smiling, you might see a little smirk come up on their face before they even managed to get that smile down. And as for how smiles affect ourselves, how our smile affects our own personality, or our emotions rather, when we smile, we release a whole bunch of different molecules and neurotransmitters in our brain that include dopamine and serotonin. Stuff like this actually fights off stress and can create the distinct feeling of pleasure. But so what I suggest, and what scientists have recently suggested, is even if it is just a fake smile, the feeling of the smile is actually what creates these emotions of pleasure, and so it might even be worth your time to fake a smile. So in conclusion, the human brain is just this amazing machine that creates facial expressions, both through a desire to feel good and to replicate and reciprocate the feelings of those around us. So we may not be able to be flooded with positive emotions in the same abundance as usual, especially with these masks that we have to wear that limit our interaction with each other. Like I previously stated, I've learned through this restaurant experience, but I hope that we can learn to be mindful of the struggle, and I hope that the information I've showed you will help you to boost each other's happiness with our words rather than our faces as best we can during this time. So thank you for listening, and I hope you can take into account this information and enjoy the rest of this COVID era as long as it takes us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.